part of me wants to leave the car running just for the aesthetic, but I'll be nice to the environment. I get this question a lot, why I want to be a doctor and why I don't want to be something else. I've been recommended a lot of different things in healthcare. So for starters, I was a smart kid, but I was also like goofy, still am to this day, feel me? Sorry. But I was always more interested in sciences. Like it just intrigued me more to learn about like the world and nature and things like that's what initially got me, was like animals and stuff like that. But as I got older and started thinking about careers and things like that, the healthcare field really pulled me towards it. When I was 16 years old, I had an experimental surgery done on my ankle. Obviously you would not be able to tell.
Perfect.
Because I'm still, you know what I'm saying, moving. I was decently active growing up. I had a period where I stopped playing sports and I got real thick. I still got the stretch marks to prove it all over me, but besides the point. So this was like preseason for soccer. Actually, no, this is before preseason for soccer. I'm just playing around with my sister. Roll my ankle. Boom. You know, as an athlete, like people be rolling their ankles. Like that's completely normal. So I just kind of thugged out the pain, went through preseason, was getting it wrapped, went through the whole season, fighting through the pain. Pain is weakness, leaving the body type shit. Dumb addict. Played through that, got to indoor track season, because those are my two sports. I could not finish the season. It was too painful. I would like be halfway through sprints and I'd be like limping by the end of it. So called it off. They gave me x-rays, didn't see shit. Got MRIs. I'll remember this day for the rest of my life. MRI scan came back. My mom saw it first. Ma Dukes comes upstairs. Mind you, I'm sitting in my room. I think I was watching Flash or something at the time. She comes upstairs in my room with crutches. I promise you I'm not exaggerating at all. She comes upstairs with crutches. She says, "You can't walk anymore." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" The results came back. The doctor said if you keep walking, your bone could collapse and they might have to amputate your foot. Huh? Bawling my eyes out immediately, right? This was a very emotional time for me, very anxiety inducing. Nobody in my family, not even the doctors where I was staying at knew what was going on. So for months and months, we're just resting it, trying to like see if it would improve or some shit. So it gets to the point where I have to have surgery. This is a very abbreviated version of the story, by the way. And to make a long story short, the surgery had been done on somebody's wrist before, never on somebody's ankle. Not to say I didn't have a long recovery and there's a lot of unknowns with it, but this happened when I was 16. I'm 23 now and I have no issues with my ankle. And throughout that process, it was a dark time for me. I was going through a lot personally. I felt like a burden to my family because I knew that shit was crazy expensive to deal with. And then I also had like the why me situation going on. Having gone from athlete to then being fat and chunky to then being athletic again and then being like forcefully stopped was heartbreaking because I made the decision to like get back in shape and do all that. This is where the real kicker is, right? Being able to communicate with the doctor about what was going on in my life, about how I was feeling, and then getting the reassurance of like, look, we're gonna be able to do this, we're gonna look into this, we're gonna, you know what I'm saying? All those different just avenues and ways that I was being cared for. What the fuck? All the different ways that I was being like cared for, able to be cared for, was amazing to me. Like to be able to provide such relief without even, this is before the surgeries even happened at this point. Like just to have the hope of like, all right, this can get fixed even though it's never been seen before. But then also once the surgery happened, recovery was good and like, you know, we just go through the process and we're checking in and things like that. It's like, yo, this person has changed my life with his own two hands for the better, mind you, for the better. Like, if this did not happen, I literally could have been an amputee for the rest of my life. I would have lived a completely different life, potentially. Once that happened and I was already in like the sciencey mindset, that really said it to me where it was like, I want to do that for others. And now as I've gotten older, it's like, do I really want to do surgery? Like maybe, like I've considered it heavily. Like that's what initially was like orthopedic surgery. Pfft, that's dope. You can literally fix a nigga. Like, what? Are you kidding me? That's fire. More recently, I'm a little more intrigued and interested in other things, which if you guys want to hear about that, leave a comment, whatever. I want to be able to provide that level of care. It doesn't even need to be that exact care. Because at this point, I don't know what I'm going to end up doing. I really don't. I know God's got a plan for me and I know it's within health. And I know I want to go into medical school. So those are like, at this point, that's the bread and butter. But being able to provide that level of care for somebody, anybody, I don't care who it is important. On top of that, there's a shortage of doctors. Add on top of that, black doctors, it's only getting harder now than it was before to get into medical school. Add on top of that, that black people in America are already the minority in terms of being in medicine, and we need people that look like us to take care of us. The care is just better. Like, there's proof in the pudding. I feel like I would be a good person to be in this field because I'm not anxious, I'm not weird. Like, I can be, obviously. I can be very weird and very anxious. But a lot of doctors in general have zero social skills. And not to say that that's my only pro is I have social skills, but I think I can do a good job at making people comfortable. I'm super passionate about learning about the human body, so I will be a knowledgeable doctor. I will be a good doctor, be able to share the information effectively, be able to share it in a way that people can understand, and hopefully change people's lives in the process. That's really the goal. And on top of that, with social media and stuff like that, I hope to further inform people through the internet as well. Like, I want to give the information I gain not only to my patients, but also to you. And then as I've grown up and seen other doctors and met with other doctors and talked about the lifestyle and talked about, you know, just the pros and cons of it all, because there are a lot of pros and there are a lot of cons, my mind hasn't strayed away from it. And I'm a very logical, analytical person where it's like, if there's enough cons, I'm stepping away. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how much I love it. If it's not working for me up here, if it's not working for me in here, if it's not, you know what I'm saying? I will step away. It might hurt, but I'll do it. And regardless of all the things I've seen, all the negative things that, like, just the healthcare system is fucked. Like every other system in America, it's disgusting, honestly. And I hope to help change that as well. So it's like, I don't know, man, there's a lot to it. It's getting really dark. I hope you can still see me. I don't know how this is looking right now, but hopefully that explains a little bit. Hope y'all enjoyed. Love y'all. Just a thought. By the way, I haven't described what just a thought really is since episode 1 or 2 maybe. So I'm gonna do it here. The idea of just a thought is everything you see around you was created with just a thought. And with that being said, it's important to not only share your thoughts, but also to put action behind those thoughts. And this is kind of the manifestation of that for me, as like, you know, I have a lot of thoughts in my brain and I need to get them out. I mean, look at me, I'm in the middle of nowhere because I am in the middle of nowhere. And like, I also am a thinker, but a good one. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be a thinker. It's okay to be mindful of your thoughts. It's a good thing to do that. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your reality. If you can control your reality, shit, man. Obviously there's uncontrollables, but, and I think my time is up. This looks like campus security, so I'm gonna get going. I hope y'all enjoyed. Yeah, love you guys.
Perfect.